I heard this actor, which I only knew him from being a villain in the show Arrow. His name is Neil Mc something. I'm sorry,
McLovin?
No, Neil McNo or something like that. And he was saying that he got hired from a show because he refused to kiss another woman in the show.
Yeah, he got fired.
Yeah, he got fired. I think I could be misremembering the story. Mm-hmm. And then recently I heard someone else, I don't remember who, talking about the morality of kissing another actor. Like an artist, I mean, their job is to portray another character, and that's their job. But in reality, it's not like, and the artist, this actor was saying that, when I get hired to play villainous characters, I'm pretending I'm shooting other people, but I'm not actually killing them.
Yeah.
But when I'm making out with another woman, I'm not pretending to, I'm actually doing that.
Yeah.
And I'd never considered that. Like, it makes sense. Like, I wouldn't want my wife to be an actress, kissing other guys out. Like, you're right. People are used to it. And maybe there's a role for artists to be doing that, because I don't want to say that no art should. Yeah. I mean, what do you think about that then?
I think I agree. It's unnecessary.
Well, I don't know that it's unnecessary.
I think it is
a wonderful life.
I think it is a violation of the. I think am I being more conservative in It's a Wonderful Life right now? Because you're right. You're right. They do depict a kissing scene,
but it's not depicting.
But maybe
it
was his wife.
So maybe our artists, should they be allowed a level of leeway in terms of morality just because they're depicting art?
The answer when you made that question.
Well, yeah, but I'm just trying to reason this out because I don't agree with myself, but I can't seem to find a way out of it.
I think so. Here's our problem. We grew up in a time where we had these films and it's all we saw, and now we're trying to be morally consistent.
Yes, but even before this time, how old are movies? 50 years ago. It's not like actors weren't kissing each other on screen.
Yeah, and 50 years ago, still most people were not actually practicing Catholics.
Okay, true. All that is true, but I don't want to then say that. I don't know that I'm willing to say that a piece of art is immediately downgraded a little bit if it shows two people kissing.
What do you mean by downgraded?
Okay, we're talking about like the
artistically?
Moral, no, not artistically, morally, yeah. Or that the artist is sinning when I don't know. Like, I would never consider that until recently when I heard this, and I agree that like if I was an actor, that is literally, not that I have any desire to be an actor, but like that is what would keep me from being an actor. Like that seems inherently very wrong. But like you said, if you grow up in a society that is very normalized, then it's normal. I don't know how I feel about this. I threw this without actually having a solution to this, because you're right. It seems like I know the answer to it before asking it. It just seems very prude. Yeah, and
it seems very prude. I think it's shocking for most people, for like people to have these positions.
Yeah, hopefully people can tell me why I'm wrong, because I'm willing to be wrong on this. Maybe it's not infidelity, because maybe it's crap. I don't know. It seems
no. I think inherently it's a violation of the dignity of the person, because you're narrowing down the person to just the object for pleasure, without it being founded on an actual relationship and a marriage. Okay. And
I of course think that if two people that are not husband and wife in a movie are having sex, that's wrong.
Oh, you're drawing a distinction between kissing.
No. Let's go to the very end. At least we know that's wrong, and I would say that maybe not everyone would agree with us that that's wrong, but I could very confidently say married men or even an unmarried man shouldn't actually have sex on screen as part of the movie. And then you could go, well, what if it's simulated and they're not actually, but they seem to be? It's probably still wrong because of the neurocation of sin that it can cause that we were talking about. But then you get even further. Okay, what if the guy's playing a husband of a wife, and now it's at least in, like, the art is showing inside of a marriage what would be appropriate in their relationship, and it doesn't have to be sex. What if it's just they're kissing, or a kiss? That's not.
Yeah,
that's
St. Thomas Aquinas talks about this. You can always look at St. Thomas Aquinas for clarity and answers.
I'd much rather let Thomas Aquinas.
When it comes to dating or relationships, or people that are like betrothed in his time, he drew a line in any act any kissing, for example. Yeah. No, that's not that's true. But what I'm saying is, what do you mean? How is that not the same thing?
No, I'm talking about in movies. Like,
it's the same logic for me, the way I see it, because if it leads to arousal, which is meant to lead to the conjugal act, then it's immoral.
Yes, but not if you're
Even in
married.
a movie, period. Like, no exceptions for any.
Sorry, I agree with that. What I'm saying is between a husband and wife, that's not immoral.
Between a husband and wife, that's not immoral, of course.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So what if they're portraying that in the movie? Like the thing portrayed is not immoral. So
and they're not husband and wife in real life.
Yeah, because then you can only have husband and wife playing husband and wife.
So then no, it's the same thing. I don't draw exceptions. Okay. I don't think there should be.
Did I just make you have this conclusion that you didn't have before this? So now, okay, but then shouldn't we, as consumers of art, only consume morally good art?
Yes.
So you shouldn't watch It's a Wonderful Life? I don't agree with that.
Oh, you just trapped me.
I just trapped you.
It's a Wonderful Life has one
I'm
kiss.
Assuming
no,
that they have
actually, I can get out of this. It's a Wonderful Life has one kiss, and it's not like what Aquinas would define as a passionate kiss.
Okay, but it's fine. You could still not. I can't go around kissing another woman even if it's not passionate because I'm married.
Yeah, I think you technically kind of can. I don't think you should.
No,
but
I don't think
it's not erotic. It's not mentally to anything else. Okay. Like, then I think that you're morally still good.
I see how that's pretty much the only way you can get away from this, but I still think that's not morally okay.
It's not prudent.
How? I don't know. You tell Catherine, hey, Bruno can go kiss another woman even if it's not leading to anything else. I think that's morally wrong.
I think most of the time it would be.
Except in movies.
No.
This is pretty much the conclusion that we're forced to. No, I'm agreeing. Like
this is kind of, I don't like to talk about. We should get off of this.
Yes, because we don't know.
The moment you started talking, we started talking about this.
We immediately knew that we weren't going to be able to get out of it.
I didn't want to get into this. What else?
Hopefully, there's an answer. I think. No, we might just not know the answer right now. But like, I'm sure. One of two options. Come on, I know we want to move from this, but either one, every actor that has kissed another person that they're not married to is sinning, and we are sinning by watching that, or they're sinning but we're not sinning by watching that, or none of us are sinning and it's all good. Like that, there's one of those three options. I just don't know which one it is.
Bruno, I think we had made so much progress, or I had. Don't just lay out the three options. I'm on one of them. I'm on the no kissing at all. Radical. It's crazy. People are gonna flame us in the comments. I
just don't know that. I'm not sure I've reached that conclusion yet. I'm thinking there might have been something that I've missed or that you've missed, that would allow for that to be okay. I don't know. Okay, we can move on.
If the kissing is, kissing that would stimulate someone to want to continue, lead to that, then it would be immoral, as St. Thomas Aquinas wrote. I think. I have
another trap for you though. What if they are husband and wife in real life?
That's still bad. I guess actually, it's. It is. It's scandal. The sin of scandal.
So you should never have a scene in which characters make out, regardless of whether they're husband and wife.
Yeah.
But what if you're showing reality, Habo? That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, an artist has a responsibility to show reality, metaphysical truths that we were just talking about. And let's get out of the movies.
We need to get out of this, Bruno.
How you have to let me explore things that we're not comfortable having an answer for.
Talk about sex scenes.
Okay, we don't have to talk about. You started this.
I didn't bring up the sex. I never said the word.
You said
sex.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, I just mentioned it.
Yeah, but what were we talking about if not
greed, corruption, adultery? Yeah, but I mean, we don't have to talk about what's the morality behind sex scenes in movies.
But we did. I said it's not an interesting conversation for you. Okay, we can move on. If it's
not really.
Okay, it is for me a little bit.
It wasn't in my notes.
It's because yesterday I saw something that made me think. I think it was a short about Michael Knowles talking about this with another host about the morality of it. I don't know. But I think it's important for us to talk about.
What did he say?
Well, what you just said, but he wasn't pressed on it like you were pressed on it. So I don't know what conclusion he would actually have.
What do you mean by pressed on it?
So the movie, It's a Wonderful Life is wrong. Like, he wasn't actually saying, he didn't actually get asked that, and I don't know what he would have said.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I was pressing it on,
yeah.
I think the reason that it's a worthwhile conversation, even though it's uncomfortable and we don't have the answers, is because
I have the answers.
I'm not convinced on it.
You keep saying, I have taken a position on it multiple times.
But it's because, like we might have the wrong
I'm
conclusion.
Not disclaimer. I'm not saying I have the answer. I'm saying I have an answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I know maybe it's not interesting as a conversation. The reason I think it's interesting, let me just make my case of why I think it was justified for us to have this conversation, is because we're seeking truth, and we're seeking to do good and avoid evil, and we should be cognizant of what we're watching, and as art, like the responsibility that an artist might have in playing a moral.
You're making good points. I think I wasn't saying we shouldn't talk about it. I just meant like I think I just didn't prepare for that, and I don't. So you're more of the style of like, let's figure it out on the spot, and I'm more of the style of like, I want to think it through before I speak about it on camera, because I'm going to say things that are dumb.
That's true.
And I know that I said a lot of things that are dumb just now about this, and that I'm going to regret. So that's why 100% I prefer not to get into things that we don't know about.